This is a film about the imaginary lines which divide us as people from each other. What is a line, anyway? Except what we make it. A line can mean water, or mountains, or tree, or man. A line can mean light, or love, or yes, or no, or perhaps. For a line speaks any language, and this line could mean many things. Ball, or balloon, or the whole wide world, you see. A line is what we make it, because a line is only an idea. For instance, let's take two boys, Jim and Joe, typical kids in any land. Enjoying games every boy enjoys. Friendly enough. Until...
Mine.
Funny how kids will fight over a marble. It's only a shiny piece of stone. So Jim decides to draw a line between them. A line which means everything on this side is mine. Result?
Oh, well, boys will be boys.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Yes, that's true. They stop as quickly as they start. They'll soon be friends again. For a while, anyway. Then there are other boundary lines, too. Differences of color and origin and wealth and poverty. When Jim and Joe are with the other boys, things go well enough until they begin to notice certain differences. So each one thinks he is the best. Result?
Oh, well. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Yes, boys will be boys. Another time, they'll draw the invisible boundary lines of fear and confusion. For instance, on some dark night, Jim and Joe form rival gangs and start a small war of nerves, trying to frighten each other with false faces and toy weapons. Result? Street fights, not too serious. Because these are only boys. But boys do grow up. And all the impulses to draw boundary lines keep growing too. Look into the jungle for the boundary line of fear. Behind these false faces are grown men. And their weapons are not toys. Or look into history. Behind these faces of forged iron, knights ride against the walled and moated cities of the Middle Ages. And the fall of the city is followed by plague and poverty and processions of the dead. Of course, when Jim and Joe grow up today, they become civilized men with all the experience of history to guide them. They acquire families and become good neighbors. The line which divides them now is only a small fence across which they can live in peace. Civilized, yes, but listen. What is that sound beating beneath the clothing of civilization? Listen. You can hear the same ancient impulses. Listen. There are millions of Jims and Joes in the world. Look. We still draw the color line. Same false faces. Only these are grown men today. Look again. When adults draw lines today, tribe against tribe, race against race, color against color, the results are camps where men and women are concentrated, segregated, liquidated, where long lines of persecution follow scientific tortures, where the mind and nerves are twisted like a nightmare. We can live together. The line between good neighbors is a boundary too, but it is a small line, measured by friendliness. Over this boundary, friends can chat easily, and small differences can be righted without serious trouble. Crossing this line is a visit, not an invasion. But when a boundary grows bigger than man, it blots out friendliness and understanding. And this is true of nations. The invisible boundaries between countries can be friendly. But if the line grows to mean keep out, it will divide people against people and give birth to fear and suspicion. Today, there is no boundary behind which men are safe, because as man has grown across the path of history, his weapons have grown. In our time, weapons have taken to the air, crossing all barriers. And the potent atom is held in the shell of the bomb, waiting. What about mankind? We have come in a few thousand years from mud and darkness, built great cities, harnessed the elements, fought disease, prolonged life, sought hard after truth and order. Will we now control the terrible energy which sleeps in the atom, or guided by those ancient impulses, continue to draw the arbitrary lines of greed, possession, fear, and hate? What is a boundary line, anyway, except what we make it? We can divide ourselves completely, or we can draw a circle around all our differences, a circle which means united. You see, a line is whatever we make it, because a line is only an idea.